Who is the most interesting character in the Amazing Digital Circus for you? Maybe it's Pomni, since we went through every obstacle with her as we learned about the circus. Or maybe it's Kinger with his madness, hiding the secret identity of one of the circus's creators. But for me, the most interesting character is undoubtedly Jax. With every episode, he revealed more of himself to us, and at the end of episode 7, we saw a completely new side of him. Today, I'm going to tell you the full story of this rabbit, his scattered friends, and explain those terrifying flashbacks with the car that we saw in the 7th episode. Take a closer look at him. We've long grown used to perceiving him as just a typical bully, the local troll who couldn't care less about the rules. He's the guy who throws bowling balls at his friends without a second thought, steps on Ragatha's face and breaks Gangle's mask just because he finds it funny. But have you ever asked yourself, why does he actually do this? My theory is simple, and that makes it all the more painful. None of this is cruelty for the sake of a joke. It is thick, protective armor. Jax is the only one who understood the main and most ruthless rule of this digital hell. If you get attached, you lose. And to truly feel where this pain comes from, we need to remember those who are no longer by his side. Jax has been in the circus for a very long time. He was likely part of the so-called Old Guard. We know for a fact he was close to Kaufmo. Remember the pilot episode? When Ragatha mentions the clown's funeral, Jax coldly jokes, "I'm not going." Many people thought that was heartless, but in reality, Jax had already mourned him. He closed himself off with a mask of indifference so he wouldn't have to feel the pain of loss again. But there is another character whose shadow hangs over Jax's history, one hinted at in the leaks: Ribbit, the frog. By all accounts, Jax, Kaufmo, and Ribbit were an inseparable trio. They were friends. But the circus is merciless. Jax saw Ribbit get erased, or abstract first, then he watched Kaufmo lose his mind. Jax learned a terrible lesson. You cannot love anyone here. Because when friends go to the cellar, you are left alone with eternity. His cruelty toward Pomni and the others is a way to keep his distance. He pushes them away on purpose, so he doesn't give himself the chance to find a friend that he will eventually have to lose. And here we come to the most intriguing moment. Jax loves violence, risk, and breaking the rules. Remember how professionally he drove the truck in Candy Canyon? That is muscle memory you can't erase. My theory, in real life, Jax was a driver, maybe a street racer. The car, for him, is a symbol of absolute freedom and control, the only thing he doesn't have in the circus. The show even put a specific emphasis on his driving skills back in episode 4. But the most important part is his drive in episode 7. Did you notice the glitches on the screen? If you break the scene down frame by frame, real photographs were breaking through the circus textures. A highway at night, headlights catching a cornfield, and a sharp, blurry frame of an impact. In that moment, Jax wasn't seeing the circus. He was back there, on that night road in reality. What was it? I think that was the night he made a mistake. The flashbacks hint at a crash. Maybe he hit someone. That is exactly why he pressed the red button, or refused the exit. He doesn't want to go back. In reality, prison or unbearable guilt awaits him. He lost everything in reality first, and then he lost everything in the circus. He's on the verge of abstracting because he has no place in either world. That is exactly why he didn't want to leave, and that is why he stays. It is one of the most tragic stories among the circus characters. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. We have new theories here every day.